What's up, my hunting brothers and sisters? Today we are taking a look at the Stealth Pack from Staggs in the wild. Is it really all it's cracked up to be? Or is it the ultimate one-sticking solution for your needs? Stay tuned, let's find out. We're reviewing a backpack. So this is a review that's been long overdue. This is the Staggs Stealth Pack. Buddy of mine, Greg Staggs, if you're into one sticking, that's probably why you're watching this video. Or mobile hunting. You've heard the names. He's got a great YouTube channel called Staggs in the Wild. Check him out on YouTube. He's become a very good friend of mine over the last few years. And I'm mainly one stick when I hunt. So packs are always interesting to me. My thing on packs is a little different because unlike a lot of guys who are just like, I want to get out there, I want to carry my gear and my clothing and something to eat and all that stuff, my packs always focus around camera gear. I film everything and I don't typically do where I pack back 3-4 miles and sit all day and all this wild stuff that a lot of guys do. So I'm always thinking about things from a camera perspective first, but it's got to haul my hunting gear as well. Okay. So this is the Staggs pack. Full disclosure, Greg sent this pack to me. It is his. I do not get to keep it though. Okay. He sent it to me, man, back in October sometime. And I played with it some, kind of shelved it because like, ah, boy, again, I'm thinking about camera gear. How does it work? Doesn't work for me. Then late in the season, I kind of had this idea when I was going through all my stuff in a closet of mine that's got camera gear. I'm really rambling and making stuff boring, but I'm telling you how I got to where I was. All of a sudden it dawned on me this will work. So then I took it out and I hunted with it some. It works very well. I didn't want to hunt with a lot because it's not my personal pack. This is Greg's pack and I'm hard on gear and I did not want to destroy it. So I did several hunts with this pack, but this is not my pack. Now, he's going to send me a pack, but I'm going to pay for it. Okay. So I am not getting anything free. I'm not being paid for any of this, but full disclosure, this is actually one of Greg's personal packs. In fact, he's given this one to one of his sons, so I definitely don't want to abuse the pack. Okay, there you go. So let's go over this pack. I'm going to start with the pack just kind of loaded down how I would hunt with it so I can explain the use. And then we'll throw on some other uses and we'll go over the details of this thing as I tear it apart. Greg has got on his channel all the details, the whys, and what this little thing is for. For me, I'm interested in what Derek Craig could use it for. You, Joe Smith, be interested in what Joe Smith could use it for, okay? Greg has his own mindset, his own method to his madness. That's Greg. Nothing wrong with that, but we're all different, okay? And how he uses it may be different than I use it and different how you use it. That being said, this is a really, really nice pack, okay? I can't remember the price point on this, but I think it's well over 200. I know that. Maybe like in the 240 to 250 ballpark range. So you go to his channel. He's got links. I'll link where to buy it from type of thing. I know he's in production with the next round. All right, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, here's how I personally have hunted out of this the handful of times again that I took it because I didn't want to destroy it. I'm a one stick guy. I one stick hunt 99% of the time. So it's set up for one sticking for me. The cool part about this pack is right from the get-go is how you can attach the one stick to this. This happens to be an out on the limb pinch point. I had most of my season on it. I've had my Eastern Woods one stick on here. I've had multi-sticks on here. I've tested it out with all kinds of stuff. It'll work with any one stick, okay? So it doesn't matter what brand is on here. He nestles the one stick between a couple pockets, so we're going to talk about in a minute, and two very nice buckle systems. I'm going to show you the details on those as well. So right here, boom, your one stick is on your back. It's secure with two buckles. It's not going anywhere. It's the pack doesn't have a frame, but it stands up very well to itself. So you can see really inside of here, there's nothing in here. In fact, there's no camera gear in here because I'm filming. So anyway, so you can see that it's standing up nicely to the weight of this one stick. Boom, couple clips, and you can take it off. So that's my one stick. Boom, throw that aside. Okay, so on the pack, I'm gonna kind of come over from this angle here so this camera can pick up some of this as well. So on this pack, again, these are very high quality buckles that I don't remember the names of them. Again, he's got all that jargon in his videos, okay? That's not what I'm here for, okay? Very high quality. I know the pack is made in the USA. I know most of his components are USA, you know, I don't know, but I've used these kind of buckles before, and one of the things I like them, they're big. I mean, these are like 3/4 inch wide webbing. They're big. They're very, you hear how loud that was? I mean, very positive. You know, you don't have to do that in the woods, but I'm doing it for effect. I mean, it's very positive. But these are the cool ones that actually have these locks on them. So when you pull on them, the harder you pull, it's kind of like your cam cleat on your one stick, the tighter it is. But it's got this release, so all you do is with your finger, and then you can adjust this to however you want. And then he's got the tag ends nicely rolled up with the little Velcro keepers. But he's got those on both sides. So many packs, when I go and buckle them up, and they kind of hold. Next thing you know, you've walked, you know, however far, you've gone hunting 6 different times, and now they're starting to loosen up. Well, these have these spring-loaded keeper things in them that, again, I've seen on high-end stuff that actually lock it. So the harder you pull, it can't move. So it's not going to loosen up on you. When you set it, you forget it. Awesome feature, okay? And that is on both of these straps that take a load, and also on the bottom straps. On the bottom straps here, these extend out. Okay, now these are smaller in width, but they extend out. You can roll up a big coat and put under there. Same deal. You got those same keepers on these buckle straps here. So when you put your expensive hunting coat on the bottom of this, just like your expensive one stick, they're not going to come open due to jostling and weight and all that stuff like cheaper buckles would. Okay? If you want all the technical jargon, go to his videos. But that's freaking cool to me. The underside, he's got this this kind of water-resistant material here, so you're setting it on the ground, you're not soaking through and all that, blah, 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 blah. Amazing. Now, hopefully this camera's kind of getting this maybe a little better than this one is. Let's go back to the front of this. Again, he's got these pockets here that you can nest that stick or climbing sticks or whatever in between, which is pretty cool. So you can put these, I think Greg puts like knee pads in one of his rope in another. I mean, these pockets are interesting because they're a vertical pocket. And I was a little leery at first. I thought, well, stuff can roll out. So, and I guess theoretically things probably could, but they are also kind of bellowed a little bit. And then they've got this elastic material that's pleated all the way around. It scrunches up. So something small is really not going to get over the bottom lip. And if something small is not the right thing to put in this, you know, to begin with. So you could stuff your Mad Rock in here, your pull down line, whatever you wanted. There's a gazillion things you can stuff in this pocket. Again, good quality buckles. Now these don't have the spring-loaded keepers on them, but you got to remember what's in here is also being held down by your one stick. So nothing's going to jostle loose. So you got one on this side and you got one on this side. Now you can see this one's empty on my setup. I really just don't have something that I want to put in there, but I tend to wear my knee pads in. It's just personal preference. Again, this is a personal preference game, right? So in the other one, I know is all of my rappel line. Now I have 33 feet, I believe, is rappel line. I know Greg stuffed an entire 100-footer, an entire 40-foot standard in his, right there. 32, 33 feet, whatever mine is. Boom. Okay? All wound up, stuffed in there. Nothing fancy. It's all there. Boom. Holds it perfectly right in that little pouch right there. Okay? Boom. Pretty slick. Okay? If you're not a one sticker, I mean, multi-sticking, you can put tethers, you can put gloves, you can put hat, whatever you want, you can stuff in these things and it's not gonna go anywhere. So when I get to the tree, I take my one stick off, I take my rope out. I don't have a need to get in this pack, okay? He also has 2 side pockets here, like water bottle pockets, okay? I never take a water bottle to the tree, again, because I'm never hunting all day. I'm a 3 to 4 hour guy. That's about all my ADD can handle, okay? But you can put water bottles, big Nalgene bottles in there. You could stuff a camera arm down in one of these. I first thought of that. We're gonna get to that here in a little bit. But when I saw the interior and how it lays out, I'm like, well, I don't need to do that. Okay, so for me on mine, look, here's a pull down rope, my 30 odds. This is the Innovating the Outdoors pull down rope. You can use your the other line that for some reason escapes me right now. And here's my Mad Rock. So now I've gotten to the tree. I've never opened the pack or anything. Everything's available. Again, I could have easily stuffed these in one of these pockets if I wanted to. You do you, figure it out, whatever. For me, I've not had to use the other one, but it's there. I also didn't hunt in super late season. A lot of times super late season, I'm taking things like electric hand warmers, maybe a heavy set of gloves, maybe an extra hat, because if I drop one, all this stuff, I can just stuff all this stuff in these pockets and have quick, easy access to them. Again, Greg does his way. I do mine, you do you. You can use these pockets however you want, okay? Before we dive in the inside, you'll notice the exterior of this pack is a durable but very quiet material. I'm gonna be quiet here. I know it's shocking. That's my fingernails on it. You hear the audio. It's actually very quiet. A lot quieter than most coats that I've worn over the years. Before we go to the inside, he's got a loop on the top here. This happens to be a hero clip that I use when I'm hanging it, or I pull mine up with my rappel rope because, again, all my camera gear, my situation's a little different. So I can hang that on the tree. You can put on whatever you want. You can just hang it on a loop. You can do anything, but it's there. It's built very tough. The backpack straps are very comfortable. You got D loops on here that you can clip things to. You choose. You got a chest buckle here. Obviously go around and it's all adjustable in where you put it up and down, both sides to your chest. Everything, you got easy quick pull tabs here so you can put it on loose, jerk them down, tighten them up. It's not gonna go anywhere. A couple other little nylon straps here. You can, if you want to clip something, not or don't. I mean, heck, us mobile guys are all about the molly. I'm sure if you wanted to put like a little knife pouch that's got molly, you put that on there. Do whatever you want. Maybe some sort of light clip or some, whatever, right there at your disposal. So you got those as options, okay? So now let's take a look at inside this pack. One of the cool parts about this pack is the lid. There's no buckles, there's no zippers or anything. It's a heavy duty magnet system. And what I like about this is there are 2 magnets. And I wish more of the mobile companies would do this. I talk about it all the time. Magnets are awesome, but they're always too small and they're too weak. These right here, just looking at them, I can see the profile of that magnet. I'd say that's at least 1 inch in diameter, inch on the other side. They're incredibly strong and quiet because of the material, and they hold that top. Now I've got stuff in here, so when I pick up on it, but if it's empty, you can pick it up by the top and it's not gonna open. But they hold incredibly strong. So that is pretty sweet. So no zippers, no snaps, no anything, magnetically shut. The edges fold over, so you're keeping the weather out of this pack. Very cool. So we're gonna open this thing up and we're gonna look down inside here. Hopefully this camera can kind of get this as well. So again, I focus on filming. So I gotta have a camera arm and stuff. That's always been the bane of my existence in carrying stuff. And I didn't like to get into and out of zippers on packs. I always carried them on the side. So in here, the first thing, I've already dealt with everything. The first thing I can reach in and I can grab the base for my camera arm. This happens to be an out on the limb. It's his base. I've got it adapted for a 4th arrow camera arm, okay? So boom, that's sitting in there. And then I've got my 4th arrow camera arm sitting here. So this is the little micro triple arm. Again, this could, if you wanted to, you could stuff this down in one of those pockets, okay? But now I've eliminated that need. I like the way this carries because for me, I had this camera cube. This fits perfectly down in there. So for me, this has a lid on it. I can take my mirrorless camera and put in here another lens. I can take, typically I'm running an action camera, a DJI Pocket 3 camera, an Insta360 camera. I got other slots, spare batteries. I can drop all that stuff in there, close this lid over, lay this stuff on top, and the structure of this bag holds everything in place for me. So now all of a sudden, boom, my camera situation has been tackled. This is just something I bought off of Amazon. I think I paid 15 bucks for it. I don't remember the exact dimensions. I think I got a tape measure. Yes, I do. I have a tape measure right here to give you an idea. This thing's about 12 inches long by about 6 inches deep and about 7 inches tall. So that gives you, this is basically 12 inches by 6 inches. And then the whole pocket, this whole thing is 15 and a half inches deep. So you got a lot of room there. So for my case, you know, only half of it's camera gear. I wouldn't have to use the camera arm stuff. I could stuff a coat. I just had enough room that if it was really bad, I could stuff another coat on top. I could do all this stuff. There's so much you can do with this. So many backpacks, you know, it's like, well, we give you this pocket and that pocket and this pocket and that pocket. And next thing you know, you've got 15 really awesome pockets, but no big space just to do stuff with, okay? So that's where this is kind of shining, in my opinion, for my needs as a cameraman, okay? And again, everybody has different needs, all right? So as we look down in here, I'm really hoping that this camera gets all this, okay? As we look down in here, a couple things to notice is that, I'm gonna check this monitor, just make sure you can see. Yeah, you can see just perfect. All right, there's some mesh pockets in here, okay? Again, Greg has in his head how he would use it. You use it how you want, okay? There's a large mesh pocket that goes, it's roughly half the width and goes almost the entire depth. In it for me, I've just got a pen, paper, some tags, stuff like that, some zip ties thrown down here. For me, it's a pocket that's probably gonna be a catch-all pocket, okay? So if I shoot deer, I can do all that, you know, tag it, I've got the stuff there. There's a shorter pocket on the other side that's about half the width, but it's shorter, okay? I got in there, I got a little limb saw in there. I don't need a limb saw very often, but you know, there's times when I do. I hunt a lot of private, so I can cut limbs, okay? But I do, it's always nice to have one with me. In those instances, I'll just flip it open and reach down and grab it. What else do I have down in here? Oh, I always keep like a spare Prusik loop and carabiner, because you just never know when you get in a situation where you might need that. I keep just odds and ends stuff. I don't have a lot of stuff in here right now, but as the course of the year goes, I throw stuff in there. But you can see you got those two pockets, okay, right there. Inside the shorter pocket, you've got a little like key ring clip, so you can put your key fob for your car on there, something small, you know, whatever, you know, just hang off of there. I mean, backpacks, a lot of backpacks have them. That one's, you know, nothing different outside of it is a little larger than most, which is nice. A lot of them you get really cheap ones. This one's got a metal clasp on it. That's cool. You got these straps here. And I think that in Greg's madness, he has a specific use for them, but I look at them and go, well, each one of these straps has a loop on the end. So I could take like a small little carabiner, again, hang stuff that I want to get to, whatever, you know. These little loops here, he tells me, are for SD cards for like checking trail cameras. So that's a whole nother thing. This thing would be the ultimate in trail camera backpacks. Think how many trail cameras you could stuff down in this thing. You got slots for SD cards so they're not fumbling around. Drop a bunch of batteries somewhere, you know, and some stuff. So you got that. And then in the back, you got another large pocket here, which I suppose you could put like a water bladder in. You could slide an iPad in it. I mean, if you were using this for travel, or if you guys hunting out a box blind, you slide an iPad in there and watch a football game. You know, who knows? But you've got that pocket there. But so it's not overwhelmed with a gazillion pockets that you're like, oh, this is neat, but I don't know how I'll ever use it. But it's got some basic all-purpose pockets in there that you can customize it for your needs. That's kind of what I like about the thing. It's just not overly flashy. In the back, you can actually see it here. You got some padding on your back, nice thick padding all the way up and down. You know, the inside, it's all a water resistant, I almost want to call it a Cordura material. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I mean, well built. And again, you can see it stands on its own, under its own weight. You know, again, magnetic. That's magnetic. Holding the thing, now you load it down and it's not going to do that as I showed you, but under its own weight. That's how strong the magnets are. So yeah, that's the Staggs Stealth Pack right there. All right, you know what? Let me show you a couple other things real quick with this. We could take, if you're not a one sticker, this is an Arsenal first generation, their Magnum platform. Pretty good sized platform, although it's thin, but pretty good sized footprint. Yeah, we can just make it disappear in there. Just like that, it's gone. So name your platform. You know, anything from Tethered, anything from Latitude, anything from Arsenal, anything from Cruiser. I mean, and no slight to any of them, I forget, name it. They fit in there. In fact, this one's so thin, if that buckle wasn't getting in the way, actually it would. It'll fit in that little laptop pouch or whatever it is in the back. So, you know, again, that's pretty cool. If you're a multi-stick hunter, you don't have to be a one sticker. This happens to be a set of Latitude sticks. You know, you're gonna put some stuff in here to nest it, but again, you can lay it on there, throw these around, boom. So it doesn't matter if it's a Latitude stick, a Tethered stick, an Eastern Woods Outdoor stick, Shikar sticks, Beast Gear, it doesn't matter. They're all gonna strap on there perfectly fine. Again, any type of one stick. Heck, if you were a run and gun guy who was into the light tree stands and climbing sticks, you know, you could take an Elevate or a whatever lightweight tree stand, I'm sure, and somehow rig it and attach it between all these straps on the back, or put your climbing sticks in here. There's just a gazillion things you could use this for. It really is. And again, you know, I mean, Greg will walk you through in his videos his way. His way doesn't have to be your way. Do it your way. So that's it. All right, so again, really nice pack. I'm looking forward to, Greg's gonna get me one of these, and again, I'm gonna pay for it on his next production run. I think his next production run is in the middle of it or getting ready to start, and he's only doing a limited number because these are expensive. He's a small-time guy. It's not like he can crank out like 10,000 of these things. He makes them in batches of a couple hundred or so at a time. So, all right, I will link in the description down below his website where you can buy these things. I think you can buy them through Eastern Woods Outdoors as well. Pretty sweet pack. Check out everything on Greg's channel when it comes to one sticking and mobile hunting. He really is a good dude, and he's kind of pretty much the OG of this. So you can check out all of my one sticking and how-to videos as well. You know, I will always give Greg credit though for all that he's done for this community and communication and figuring a lot of this stuff out so we don't have to. So there you go. That's it. God bless. Stay safe. Deer seasons are over, but it's never too early to start thinking about next year's deer seasons. And it's a new day in the outdoors.